In this week's races, I absolutely send it. In race A, race B sees me spin out and meet barrier. And in race C, well, we need 50p for the meters. The servers are binning it. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Gran Turismo weekly race guide here in 2023. It's also week 23. Yes, it's 23s all day, but that's as much as we know about that number. In the background, we can see, or you can see at least, I know we're there. We're at Tsukuba, and we're in the Mazda road car. It looks like a touring car, but it is the road car, which is kind of nice. You can make it look like a race car and actually go out and have some fun. What are we doing here? Well, we're doing 8 laps here at Tsukuba. It's a grid start with comfort soft tyres. And if you're going, have I done this combo before? Yes, you have. You've done all these combos before that are going to appear today. If you don't want to do this race and you want to jump to B or C, there are some timestamps there for you. And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I will try and produce as much content as I can for you of Gran Turismo and ACC. Without further ado then, let's jump to the race. Let's have a look exactly what happens. And I'll also give you a nice little track guide straight after it. Here we are then, ready at the start in the Mazda MX-5s. Apologies if I look tired in any of these videos. This was the last race I did. I only had 5 hours sleep last night, so yeah, quite a struggle today. But even so, here we go. We get ready at the start, foot to the floor, traction control on 1, and off we go here in those Mazda MX-5s. Obviously, they're called different things around the world, so yes, just drive it accordingly. Now, you may have seen a little bit of a wiggle there in terms of the cars. Gran Turismo servers are playing up. I don't know if anyone else noticed this, but you're going to see that throughout the video as we continue on through. And a fairly clean start there for a grid start at Tsukuba. I've got to be honest. They're 3 wide up ahead here. We've got Ghost Rider, Inferno, Fox. They're part of TCR as we head in there. Ghost Rider just slightly taps the Brit there and then just slows down a bit more to let the other guy go, which forces me to hit them. And yeah, all a bit of a carnage there, but even so, we all make it through in the end, all surviving, all still in the race. Happy days indeed as we go into the right-hander on the inside of the Brit there. Shed 205. Us Brits love a good shed. Although mine's a cabin, not a shed. It's a posh shed, I suppose. As we head down towards the hairpin then, Ghost Rider there, sticking towards that left-hand side. So I don't know whether they'll let me go there because I hit them earlier. I don't know. But we'll take that position up into P7 as we fast forward a bit further on then as we go through the last corner then at the speed of sound. And we leave that corner and we've got Inferno Fox ahead. Part of TCR, of course, will shout out to you. But as we head towards turn 1, I noticed it broke a tiny bit early there. And I thought, okay, I can make that easy. So I went down the inside and you can see there we did make it. We stuck to that inside curb and we sent it and we delivered it there up into P6 as we continue on out. We got Bobby up next then with, is that a warning sign on that? Or is it, I can't even read what that sign says. It looks like an old person actually. As we go into the left-hander then, through the left we go. Bobby just running a bit wide there. There's a bit of damage on that car as well as we continue towards the fast right then. In we go, trying to maintain that speed. Nice British number plate on the back as well as we continue through the left. Oh, a bit of a wiggle. But I do like these cars. I've got to be honest. They're really good fun to drive actually in this setup. So it is a good race combo this that PD have picked, even though we have done it before. As we go through that right-hander on the outside. Bobby there. Give me some room. Fair play to you, Bobby. Good stuff there. A little bit of contact behind, but we're going to continue on as you hear the horn. Oh, God, I hate those horns. So we catch up then to Med in P4 then. Mazda Spirit Racing up ahead, so that's the original livery that you can put on the car. We leave that corner, and I think maybe there's a bit of contact there, bump drafting, but we're looking to try and get alongside. Now, this is critical in his car. Make sure you rev it to the limits. You're about to see this here. Notice they changed gear slightly earlier. We get that little bit of a jump then, so we are alongside as we go into this corner. Also purple in terms of faster slap then. Through we go up into P4. We get the job done. As we leave here, though, we've got to be careful of any run Med may have. I go a little bit defensive. Notice not taking the racing line, so I retake that line as we advance to lap 5 then, where we catch up to Golganef there, the German, as we go through the right-hander and continue. Oh, they're slightly off. They're going to have dirt on their tyres, so we're going to have a really good run on them. What they're going to do here, they go defensive then in towards the hairpin as we go into that braking zone then. Side-by-side action. Beautiful stuff here as we leave that corner. They're just giving me just enough room there. Beautiful driving there, Golganef. Really beautiful driving as we go side-by-side then, heading towards the last corner. Very hard corner to go around the outside. You can try and do it and try and maintain a bit of speed initially. That's how it works. That's what I was going for here. So slightly later braking, but Golganef nails that beautifully and actually stops it on the middle of the corner there. Can't really take advantage. Bit of oversteer on exit then as we continue on out. Golganef once again looking towards that inside defense and gave me a bit of room there as well. Really good awareness then as we go in to the right-hander again. Excuse me. My voice is going, apparently. So Galganaf defending that position. I get a bit of oversteer then on the exit. They get a bit more on the exit there. And is it going to stay as it is for now? It is indeed. Beautiful driving here. I was enjoying this race. I can tell you that much with Galganaf. Really awesome driving with you. Really enjoying racing with you, actually, as well. Because it is racing. It's not just driving there. You are defending this perfectly so far. As we head towards the fast right then, in we go. And very hard corner to overtake as we continue on through. As we go through that left, is Galganaf going to defend? I'd have to lunge it from quite far back. So this is me testing that braking, and Galganaf nails it perfectly, so I can't really go for the dive into that corner. They know where to brake, so I'm going to have to really figure this one out and really try and get a run somewhere then. So continue on out of there. We are in the slipstream, of course, then. And are we going to look down the inside? It'd be a very dangerous dive then. You can see here, we're revving the car here as we head towards the right-hand. And Galganaf drove really hard into this last time. Nails it beautifully this time. Lots of oversteer there, though. Got to try and keep the car as balanced as possible as we come through this corner. We've got a little bit of a run then as we start lap number 7. What a beautiful race this is from Galganaf then as we head towards the right-hander then, and nowhere to go. Nailed the perfect braking again. Oh, bit of oversteer. Oh, bit too much oversteer there on exit. We're going to get a good run out of that corner as we go side by side then towards the hairpin. Gives me just enough room. I'm giving them room as well. I cut this a little bit more then. Try and brake a little bit later as I'm on the outside. Galganaf on that inside line then as we go through here. Beautiful racing. I can tell you now, I thoroughly enjoyed that. You can see me talking there. You get my live reaction at some point in the shorts, but yeah, I enjoyed that. Awesome racing with you there. And that's all that happened in terms of the racing after that fantastic race. We did get the fastest lap of the race as well, which is always good. And we got top 3. Chicken Angel, also a part of TCR, getting P2. Shout out to you and congratulations to the winner there of Geo. Right, lap guide time. So as you head towards turn 1, when I talk about the braking zone here, I'm talking about the start of the fence there. So some people use the 50-meter board. You can brake that tiny bit later in this car. It's got a lot of grip. It turns very nicely. And you can really sort of bounce the car at an edge of a drift, and it really works well. So you brake just at the start of that fencing board as that hits the edge of your screen. Continue on through here then and heading towards the hairpin. Over to the left, then over to the right. And because it's got such good grip, this car, you are braking very late. I'm actually aiming towards the end of the curb, which is quite unusual for me. So towards the end of the curb is where I'm going to try and brake, and I'm going to try and brake in a straight line, okay? Straight line there. You can see that as I head towards the hairpin then, and I'm keeping it tight here. Now you can accelerate very early. Again, it's got lots of grip here, so you can really just go for it straight off the bat. In terms of this corner, it's just a little bit of lift off and turn in and keep the car balanced. So where it goes from orange to white there on the left hand side is a really good marker to use. I was using that here. A slight lift there. Notice I don't go fully off in terms of that, because then I get a bit more power oversteer. Lift off oversteer. Instead, I just keep the power on a little bit and it keeps the car balanced. As we head down towards the hairpin then, you can use 2 markers here. You've got the 50 board on the left hand side, or that pole on the right hand side. Whenever one of them hits the edge of your screen, whichever one you like to use, I like to use the pole. If I'm honest with you, I go into the corner on the brakes, and again, keeping it tight. It's cambered this corner. You can accelerate even earlier than you realize as we continue on out of there. Let's fast forward towards the end of this straight then. And there's 3 markers here for you. You can use the end of the trees just after they leave the edge of your screen. You've got a billboard on the right hand side, if that's available in practice. I can't remember. Or you can just aim for that pit board and try and get as close as possible, which is what I try and do there. And that's coming to here. Again, notice I don't go fully off the throttle there. I'm trying to keep it above 70 miles an hour and keep the car balanced. And that is the lap guide in a nutshell of Tsukuba in this Mazda. That's it for race A. Let's jump to race B, where we head to Lago Maggiore Center Reverse. And we're in Group 3, if you can't already tell by that Porsche in the background. What exactly are we doing here? We have done it before, but let's have a look all the same. We're doing 8 laps here. It's a rolling start, which is terrible, and we're on the racing medium tyres, and that's all you need to know. You can actually see some very close racing in the background, actually. Very close. So once it all bunches up, it's very tight, but very hard to overtake here as well. I'm going to stop talking about the race. Let's actually jump to the race. Let's have a look exactly what happens, because I make a bit of a boo-boo. Right, here we are at the start then. Lots of people picking the Porsche. I do think the Porsche is a very strong car for this circuit. It's short, it's quick, it's sharp, and it will turn. So as you can see by the rolling start, absolutely horrendous. And as I said earlier, if you're not subscribed, please do subscribe. We're on the way to 40k, and I do appreciate all the support. And, you know, if you want to stay in touch with the content, you enjoy it a lot, subscribing is the best way. Right, let's get on with the race then as we get towards the end of lap 1 and we start to catch everybody up after that horrendous start. We get a good run here on Hodgson, also a part of TCR All-Stars YouTube, which you can check out as well. But as we head towards turn 1, we get alongside the McLaren then, and in we go to this corner. Then you can see how late we brake there. We give a little bit of room on the inside there if Hodgson wants it, but we're going to get a good run off this corner, and that should be us up into the next position. We do catch up to this big train of cars. We've got Jesse there in the Lexus on that inside. As we go into the right then, Jesse actually leaves a bit too much room there on the exit, and I go, well, thank you very much. And we'll take that as we go up into P12 then. And up ahead, we've got, a big old train. We've got an Audi R8 there of Chelsea. Looking down the inside of a Porsche there in the distance as we go into left-hand. Oh, they're 3 wide there. Although the Panic Shrimp, I think, did panic a little bit there and backed out of it. And Jesse tried around the outside there. Not going to work in the Lexus, I don't think. As we continue now through this fast King. This is just really fast. Oh, a yellow flag here. What's happened up ahead? I think I just saw a ghost car there. Indeed, I did. Who's that? Oh, it's Mario Sonic in the Viper as well there. Oh, you don't see the Viper very often. The Porsche's got a bit deep, maybe distracted by that incident. We're going to go down the inside of the Porsche, and we get the job done up into P10. Then are you launching down the inside? No, not quite then. Okay, so P10 for us. Not too bad. I don't think you can actually make this many overtakes on this track when everyone's warmed up. I think it's because it's early morning, one of the first races. I think it's race number 2. You know, people are not fully warmed up yet, so you can try and make these moves. Now, we're looking on the inside of Panic Shrimp, who just outbrakes himself a little bit. Nearly goes into Shelty there. We get on the inside, we beat it out very quickly, and make another position. Right, we're behind Shelty then, who's behind MG Flash. A shout out to both of you, because I know you watch the content all the time. And Shelty representing TCR, of course, in that Audi R8. As we go down the left-hand side then of Flash, we followed Shelty through up into P8. Happy days indeed. As Flash sent it there. I saw it. Gave them room. They made the apex, so it's all fine. I always say, if you make a dive work, or if you make a dive and you hit the apex, I think it's absolutely fine. You've given enough room there, and they've left the door open because you could clearly make it. Oh, hello. We nearly went into the rear of Shelty then. We're very close to Shelty as we go through left. We're actually catching the next train up ahead as well as we go through the right-hander. Going to beat it out of here. And, oh, no! Oh, this was a lap where I accidentally clipped the grass. You saw my hand go up in the air, and I'm sort of stuck in the middle of the pit lane. I tried to spin it round, although the Porsche's got too much grip, so it doesn't actually boot it round. And we got a 1.5 second penalty because, you know, crashing isn't enough for Gran Turismo. Getting the penalty is. Anyway, we advance towards the end where we get the fastest lap. So it's 2 out of 2 for us for fastest laps. But yeah, an unfortunate end to what could have been a great result there as we were making lots and lots of overtakes. Some good racing there all the same. It's just very hard to overtake. Let me explain a lap then. As you head towards turn 1, you've got the crossover of the white lines on the right-hand side. I use that as my brake marker. Just after that leaves the screen, that's when I brake, okay? You notice that here. I'm going to drop down to first gear. Be careful on the exit here of power oversteer because you go to correct it and you'll hit the barrier. You just have to be careful of that. Be careful. Slowly apply the throttle and you should be fine as we then head down here. This is all flat out then through the left and then the right as we head up the hill. And what we're looking for, actually, we're braking really late here. Where the curb actually meets the circuit we're on right now. I'm using that corner there, and that's my brake marker, okay? You see I've just started to lift to go on the brakes there. And you really want to come in a bit later than you expect here to make sure you don't jump the car in on the crest of the hill. And as you head towards the sharp bit of Lago Maggiore, the part that you are all used to, on the left-hand side, we have that orange barrier there, and that is what I use as a marker here. So I'm accelerating now, and as that hits the edge of your screen, I hit the brakes. Now, you want to keep a tight line here, and you want to keep it tight all the way around so you have a really good run on the right-hander, okay? You chuck it in. Be careful on exit. That barrier is very dangerous. And then that is a lap here in a nutshell of the circuit. So a quick circuit for Group 3. Let's head to Race C then, where we're in a bit of a long circuit for Group 4. Yes, we're at Daytona Road Course, if you haven't guessed by that lovely panoramic view. And we are in Group 4 Machinery. Now, what exactly are we doing here? That is the question. Well, we are racing 10 laps here at Daytona. It's a rolling start, so no need to worry, and racing hard tyres. So there's no real strategy here. You don't use enough for the tyres. You don't use enough for the fuel. So you sort of, whichever car you pick, you're in it flat out towards the end. That's it in a nutshell. I chose the Ferrari because it's my safe bet in Group 4 when I'm doing these. And let's jump to the race and let's have a look exactly what happens because Gran Turismo servers got it a bit wrong. Here we are then at the start of Race C. So we've got Bugatti Veyron. That was doing very well on the leaderboards, but I do feel the Ferrari's a little bit quicker. I was on for a world record time straight away. Now, this is the first race I did of the day. So if I do look tired in this one, it's because I'll say 5 hours sleep, you know. I was absolutely wrecked. Thank you, NVIDIA, for your dodgy drivers. But Right, you just saw there the server playing up a little bit there, moving the cars all around. And I can tell you it's not just me having this. You can see we're all on one bar. Everybody is having this problem, okay? Everybody. I did ask after the race in Discord. Everybody had the same lag issues. We're going to head through there. Everybody stayed quite fine here at the moment as we head towards that right-hander. And it looks like, ooh, Chelsea nearly into the back of somebody there as we go through the right-hander. But Chelsea stopped it. Well played, Chelsea. Through we go then. And it's still status quo for now as we continue towards the fast kink. And then the sort of, it's not hairpin, is it? Is it the horseshoe? I don't even know what it's called nowadays. Oh, a little bit of kink with the servers again. And as we head into here, I went for the move, but then suddenly all this scared me. And I thought somebody was going to come into me, so I was trying to avoid it. Yeah, I reacted to the lag, and unfortunately, I had that crash. But here, I don't give up. You know I don't give up. So, we were 14.5 seconds down, but we caught back up here. You can see I've already got the fastest lap then as I go through the right-hander. We caught back up to Shelty, Muscovy, Jindra. It's time to go racing now, boys and girls. It's time to go racing, and race well we will. I promise you that. See, we're already up again then, and we're in Shelty's slipstream as we go through this left-hander. The server's still all over the place in this race. You just got to be careful here as we then... where are we going here? Are we going to... Oh, we are going to follow Shelty. Bump drafting time, Shelty. There you go, my friend. Have a bit of a bump as we continue on through. We catch up to Jindra now in the Ferrari as well. Look at that for a lap time. Woohoo! As we head now into turn one. Now, I was using Shelty and Jindra as a bit of a marker for the track, but I shouldn't have done because they both went wide. So, yeah, that was bad of me. And then there's a bit of contact between the two as they come back on. We'll try and have a look at that after in the bloopers. Of course, we've got bloopers. We have bloopers all the time in terms of this video. Obviously, we just look and analyze stuff, what happened as... Oh, got another yellow flag. Obviously, lag is causing some of these crashes as well, of course. As we continue on through there. Oh, it's 2 misses anyway. As we've got... Oh, another McLaren. Oh, McLarens are all in the instance, apparently. So that's us up into P13 then. Not too shabby. Oh, another yellow flag. What's going on? Another yellow flag. I can't see who that is, but it looks like they've got going again, whoever it is, as we go into the right. Oh, the server having a bit of fun there. Muscovy moving a few inches across the screen. Another yellow flag. This is the same lap. What's going on? Somebody is off there. Big off. That is a Honda NSX. So if you haven't checked out my Beat the Meta video, by the way, check it out at the end of this one. The Honda NSX. I tried to beat the meta in that, which was versus the Silvia at the time. Luckily, the Silvia isn't the meta this week, so have fun with that. We come into turn one then, and we're going to try this absolutely insane move around the outside of Muscovy here. As we go through this corner, they give me room on exit as well. And you can see my face there. I love that move. That was a beautiful move. That is one of the best moves I've done in quite a while. I loved it. That was awesome. And awesome racing with you there as well, Muscovy. But Muscovy not going anywhere. I can tell you that right now. As we continue on through there. So we're up into P11 as we catch up to Cliff Pang then. And we look down the inside of that, and not quite. I said that, them, should I say. Basically, I was trying to figure out if I knew whose account that was, because I'm pretty sure I recognised that name from somewhere. But if so, we continue on out of there. Jesse in the Bugatti Veyron on the outside of the oval. That Veyron very quick in a straight line. It's a little bit quicker than the Ferrari, and it picks up the speed better. To be honest, it acts like a Veyron now. You know, it's one of the fastest cars in a straight line, and it continues to pick up that speed like a Veyron. You know what I'm saying? Like in the past, it's always been slow, which has been silly, really, because it is a Bugatti Veyron. Anyway, we're going to head towards the chicane, too wide here, which is never good. So we're going into here. Jesse around the outside. And, well, manages to get it stopped, to be fair to Jesse, as we go through this corner then. And we're on the outside now, and we've got nowhere to really go. Muscovy there, back in the Silvia. I said they'd be back as we continue on through here. Oh, no, there's... Oh, hello. Oh, we're back again. This is what I mean. This race was incredibly difficult because you didn't really know when the server was going to kick up a fuss like it did then. Even so, we continue on with the racing. Muscovy got through then, but that Silvia just struggles in 6th gear. I've said it before and I'll say it again. It really struggles in that 6th gear. As you see, Jesse goes side by side with Cliff Pang then as we head down into the braking zone then, looking to slow it down nicely. Oh, Jesse just off there. I kept a wheel on, so I shouldn't have dirt on my tyres as I go through that left-hander. They're still side by side overhead. Beautiful racing between the two as I then go on that left-hand side. The server having a bit of issue then as we then go down the outside. The server having issues again. I mean, it's so hard to race when you don't know where the cars are. Obviously, everyone's suffering from this because they're inside each other. As we continue on out of that corner, we should get Muscovy, I think, here because we are on the inside for the kink and it's a dangerous place to be on that outside. Of course, they do know I will give room. Yeah, they pull in behind anyway as we head into the right-hander once again. Oh, hello. You're sideways. You're off. Goodbye, Cliff Pang, as we overtake the Lamborghini then. And don't look at the side too much of that car because apparently it's going to do hypnosis on you, apparently. Right, anyway, heading towards the left-hander then. We've got the Alpha at the head of this train then. Racing in VR, I believe, by their name. We've got Candle then. Oh, not again. Oh. You see, the server is very drunk. So at this moment in time, I'm just like, right, okay, just drive as you normally drive, Tidge. Everyone's suffering from this, and we can carry on. So, Lamborghini is a bit slow in the 7th gear, top end. So we're going to look around the outside of the Lamborghini. Jesse also looking around the Alpha then as we head in towards this left-hander. Again, I'm trying to judge it accordingly. Slight tap there, nothing major. They did try and give room, to be fair. So we're going to continue on through here. Jesse a bit more understeer in that Bugatti Veyron. So we get a better run out the corner then as we go through those little turns then, heading towards the right-hander then. Are we going to get it stopped? Jesse sends it down the inside. Oh, slight tap there with Candle, but everything seems to sort itself out. We're still on the outside of that Bugatti Veyron. We do have some slipstream, though, that should help us get by that Bugatti Veyron as we head towards the kink, and indeed we do. So we're up another place. P9, not too bad after that big old crash at the start. We have lost a bit of time in this pack, but we were 14 seconds down on the leader. We're only 19 now. We've been in this fight for at least 2 laps now as we continue on out of there. The Alpha defending very nicely then to the Lamborghini. I'm trying to think about where to go here. Now, I know the Lambo's quite slow in a straight line at the top end, so I know I can overtake that Lamborghini. The Alpha I was unsure of, so it's a case of I need to figure this bit out. But here we go then. We're in the slipstream of both of these cars then. What can we do then versus the Pro-Am car up ahead, the Candle car, and we've got Caterrain then as here we go then. Caterran? I don't know how to pronounce that at all. Here we go then. Lamborghini's got a bit of a run there. So very strong in 6th gear, the Lamborghini, it looks like. I was struggling to decide where to go here. I decided to back out of this, let the Alpha go in front, and hopefully overtake both of them as we go through the right-hander. I had to slow it up a bit more then as we continue on through. I'm a bit too close to the Alpha here. So I was trying to judge this accordingly. And in my head, I was like, okay, maybe the Bugatti Veyron wants to work with me here. So I went to the outside, and Jesse does want to work with me indeed. Understands that with 2 faster cars in a straight line than the 2 cars ahead, so maybe we can get an advantage here. The Alpha, very good in 6th gear. Look at it. The Alpha is strong there, but this is where the Ferrari and the Veyron really pick up their speed. The Alpha just changed gear there. The Alpha is gone then in terms of speed. Still getting that bump draft, which is very, very, very beautiful. Thank you so much there, Jesse, as we then head in towards the left. And I'm going to try that same move earlier on that I did on Muscovy. So in towards the left we go, and you just can see that bump just unsettled the car a teeny tiny bit. I didn't hit that bump last time, but it was a bit further out. And unfortunately, the move doesn't quite stick this time. So, the penultimate lap here, and we jump onto the oval. So why am I going up high, you're probably wondering? Well, it's to try and get a better run. I want the Lamborghini to be a bit further ahead of me so I can really go for the slingshot past them, essentially. That's what I'm going for here. As I continue on round the oval then, as we then head towards the chicane, the bus stop chicane then. We're side by side. Lamborghini strong in 6th, not strong in 7th, as in we go, and they send it down there. They make it beautifully. Really well worked, that Kendall. Really well worked. Beautiful stuff as we leave that corner then, but it does give me a bit of a slingshot opportunity. Now, we saw how slow the Lamborghini was before. This should be a straightforward pass, in my opinion. Let's see what happens. As you see, we're in the slipstream now. We can take the oval as we would like to take the oval, so full slingshot pass, hopefully. See that overspeed now coming into play then as we go towards the outside of the Lamborghini. Probably caught them a little bit too quick there, only by a smidgen as we go on the outside as we head towards turn 1. Lamborghini is still there, so actually so slow as I thought it was. There you go, just edging it a little bit then in towards the braking zone we go. We get it stopped nice here, and unfortunately they just released the brakes a little bit there, and they do realise their mistake there and they let me go. So fair play to Candle, and you see me nod there as well because I recognise that I can see exactly what they did. They also flashed, I think, to apologise. But as we head towards the line there, we finish in P7, which after the incident I'm actually really happy with. I'm really, really happy with that result. And I got fastest lap again. Fastest lap all the way through the races. 1, 2, 3. Happy days indeed. Now, let me tell you how to do this lap fast. Right, we're going to head towards turn 1. And the last line there before you start turning in is what I use as a brake marker. You're probably like, Tidge, that's a stupid marker. It's not. It's actually very obvious when you see it because it's as you turn in and then you can hit the brakes. Go towards the outside and then come back towards the inside. Be careful about pitting yourself there into the barrier. Leave the corner. Group 4 cars are very stable on exit, so you can really plant your foot. You can plant it in a lot of cars, to be honest, in Group 4. Now, as you head towards this right-hander, you've got the one board on the right-hand side, or the slightly earlier piece of circuit there that you can see there at the start of it. I'm braking sort of closer towards that than the one board, but both markers are there for you to use, and you sort of want to keep it tight. There is where the apex is, and you can use all the exit like I do there. It's really nice to use that exit, and you can really put your foot down early once again. Heading towards the kink then. The kink is flat out, so just chuck it in. Through we go and head over towards that left-hand side. And what I'm doing, I'm aiming towards the that curve there. I'm braking just before I get to that. You can see that here. I've just started to brake. And I think I actually brake a bit early on this lap as well. So you can try and get as close as you can towards that corner. As I come into here, oh no, I brake bang on actually. That's bang on the money as I go through to here. A little bit of oversteer on exit, nothing major there. I was actually wanting that a little bit. And then I'll continue on towards that right-hand side where you've got the start of that sort of circuit going towards the right-hand side. I'm braking just after that leaves the screen. I'm sort of trying to get as close to the next part of the circuit if I can. There we go. As we go into the braking zone then. Try and get it turned as quick as possible. Foot to the floor as quick as possible because it's a long acceleration period. The earlier you accelerate, the more time you will gain. That's the way it works. So you've got to be aggressive there. Hey, towards the bus stop chicane then. I'm actually using that marker there. It's in between the 2 and the 1. So literally halfway in the middle between the 2 and the 1 is that. I use that. I don't know if it's saying practice. I think it might be. I can't remember off the top of my head. But if it's not, just brake before the 1 and after the 2. As you go through here, you want to dab the brakes to turn yourself. And you can actually use quite a lot of that curb on exits. But there are penalties to be had there. So do be careful of track limit penalties. And that is the lap of Daytona in a nutshell. If I can say it right. There's a 154 too. That's it. In terms of track guides, it's time for the bloopers. Right, first up then, Mario Sonic in race B. So alongside Raback here. So you go into the left. Oops, slight tap between the 2. As we go into the right. Oh! Yeah, Rebecca didn't look like he turned right there at all. And I can tell you, checking the replay, he also cut that corner completely as well on the left. So, yeah, that looked like a bit of a personal takeout, I've got to be honest. There. Now, oh, here's the one that you've all been waiting for. Let's look at me binning it once again. So through the right we go. As I come through here, I noticed I was understeering a bit. I let off, I go on the throttle again and clip the grass. And, yeah, I pit myself, ladies and gentlemen. I pit myself, and then I can't even spin it around properly. I'm surprised I didn't even get another penalty right there for that contact. Right, race C then. This was the incident between Shelty and Ginger. So, okay, I see. So Shelty sort of, he keeps that enough space on the right for Ginger to come back on, but Ginger keeps turning. So, yeah, it's a racing incident in my opinion. I wouldn't look at that anything else. Definitely not Shelty's fault, definitely not Ginger's. You know, it's the case of Ginger wanted to turn a bit more. Shelty was keeping to his line because of cars on the inside. Yeah, it is what it is. Oh, hello. That's a bit of a weird spin. I've not seen that before by Vlad. Oh, Vlad going for the spin there. And either going to have that problem being on the grass and it's just got no grip, apparently. So we're going to continue on through then. Now, we're starting this from here. So Bahamas then. Going to send it down the inside of the McLaren. Slight tap between the 2. So that, I wouldn't say, is the cleanest of moves, to be honest with you there, Bahamas, as we continue on out of there. Maybe it's a mistake. I'm not too sure. I'd have given the position back at this point. Just let Diddy have it again. Let's see as we go into the left then. That's nothing major. That's just understeers to go into that. And then, Diddy put... This is the thing. This is what I don't like, where you know, Bahamas may have made a mistake into the right-hander. Not fully realised the mistake. And then the reaction there. Maybe Diddy thought that he's pushing him wide. I don't know. Yeah, another great thing to see. As we go towards the final one then here, we've got Twitch Red F. So this is the NSX. And you can see how far back the Veyron is. And they completely missed the break in here. Plant themselves into the NSX. And then what's more annoying, more than anything, they just keep the foot down and carry on racing. So, yeah, don't go check out that driver there because they obviously can't drive clean or fairly. That's not fair in the slightest. Unfortunately, it's also not fair because this video is over. I do hope you've enjoyed this video. Do give it a like on the way out. And please do subscribe to the channel to support the channel on its journey to 40k. Now, importantly, or more importantly, next Monday, there is no weekly race guide. I'm not available to do it, I'm afraid. But it will be back in 2 weeks' time. So do keep an eye out for that. Thank you once again for watching. I appreciate all the support. And I hope to see you in another video or live stream again very soon.